In this first video, I'm going to show you some exercises for the neck region, which we also call the cervical area. So, these exercises will help in improving the stiffness or pain that we experience in the neck area or the cervical region as a result of prolonged sitting in front of the laptop or sitting watching TV or while reading, where we usually hunch the shoulders and our neck protrudes forward. So that position causes tightness of the structures in the front of the neck and on the side of the neck, and the structure muscles and tissues behind the neck become stretched and weakened. Also, sometimes sleeping in wrong position or doing some heavy duty physical work can give a feeling of stiffness and pain in the neck area. The first exercise that we're going to do here is called cervical isometrics, or in common language you can say neck pressing exercise. What it is going to help us out with is going to help in improving the tone and relaxing the muscle at the back of the neck. These are the muscles which we call the cervical extensors, which support our neck in straight form, and with long-term uncomfortable or faulty postures, these muscles tend to become stretched and weak. How we are going to do the exercise? To begin with, for all neck and shoulder exercises, we have to square the shoulders. Normally our shoulders are hunched forward or rounded. So you have to get the shoulders squared. The chin should be in a neutral position, not down, not looking up. Neutral position and tucked backwards. You should not have your chin out, poking out. It should be tucked slightly into a neutral position. You clasp both your hands, put them behind your head. So right at the base of your skull, not at the neck region, right at the base of your skull. Clasp the head behind, have your elbows as straight as possible, and gently press your head on your hands. Counteract the head pressure with your hands, but don't do a very forceful push forward. Now, holding that position for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you relax this. Relax it. You can again repeat the same. Press the neck back, keeping the chin neutral, elbows straight and flared as much as comfortable. Push the head back, counteract with your hand, hold for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. That's the first exercise. The next exercise is to improve the neck rotation movement. So to begin with, again, shoulders squared, chin in neutral position. You're going to rotate your neck towards the right side, chin towards the right shoulder. Hold that position for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to neutral position again. Then onto the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and straight. This will help in improving the mobility of the neck. The third and the fourth, two more exercises that we're going to do in this video will help in stretching out the muscles in the side of the neck. So the side muscle at the side of the neck, which is called the trapezius, and the muscle right behind in this area, which is called the levator scapula. These are the two muscles which tend to be very tight, and they develop nodules or stiff trigger points, which are usually very painful and tender. And that's because they are always overloaded, always overworking, and they become tight and hyperactive because of that. So when we stretch these muscles out, that improves the stiffness and pain in the neck and shoulder area. To start out with the trapezius muscle, which attaches, the one attachment is at the base of the skull, and the second lower attachments are at the collarbone and at the shoulder blade region. So when we stretch these muscles out, this whole area feels a lot of relaxation. How are we going to do this exercise? To begin with, if we start stretching the right side trapezius muscle, the right hand will go behind your back. So you will place your hand behind your back like that, so that the shoulder is pushed down a bit. that is that depressed position of the shoulder, of the right shoulder, should be maintained. You're going to then keep your neck neutral. Bend the left ear to the left shoulder. This puts a stretch along the right side trapezius muscle. You can do a slight overstretch by placing your hand onto the top of your head and gently stretching, overstretching it. Hold that position for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then relax and come to the neutral position again. Again, you can do the same for the left trapezius. Place your left hand behind your back. Keep your left shoulder depressed. Right ear to the right shoulder. Then overstretch with the right hand for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. Similarly, we can stretch the levator scapular muscle of this area. So what is the function of, how do we stretch the levator scapular muscle? What we have to do is we have to slightly turn your, slightly side bend your neck, rotate it and bend forward. How are you going to do it? So if you're stretching the right side levator scapular muscle, put your arm behind, right arm behind like you did for trapezius, depress the shoulder a little. Now, left ear to the left shoulder, slightly side bending, then rotate your neck to the left side and bend forward. This already puts a stretch on the levator scapular muscle. You can further overstretch by placing your hand on the top of your head and gently stretching your neck down. This will put an overstretch on the levator scapula. Similarly, on the left side, hand behind the back, left shoulder depressed, bend your neck to the right side, turn your neck, bend your neck forward, gently overstretch and hold the position for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. These are the 4 exercises. So we've done cervical isometrics or the neck presses. We've done the rotations. We've done the trapezius stretch and we've done the levator scapular stretch. Now, the do's and the don'ts. First do. First and foremost, all these exercises should be done 5 to 10 times. So repeat it 5 to 10 times, holding for a count of 10. But off and on during the day, you can repeat these exercises 1 or 2 repetitions, especially if you've been working for a long time in front of the computer. So if you're sitting down in front of the laptop on a regular basis for 4 to 5 hours at a stretch, do these exercises 1 or 2 repetitions every hour. Second, do these exercises as demonstrated. But if any of the positions is giving you any discomfort, then don't do the exercise. Third, do the exercises to the extent which is comfortable for you. Do not over push yourself or do not overstretch the muscle. Don'ts. When we're doing the isometrics, when we're doing the side trapezius stretch, when we're doing the levator scapular stretch, none of these exercises should be done with a lot of force or should be done fast. You should do in a slow manner, holding for a count of 5 to 10, and don't use a lot of force. Precautions that you have to take. For example, when you have, if you have a lot of tightness or stiffness on the right side, and turning your neck towards the right side is very painful, which often happens जब हमें चमक पड़ जाती है, जब हम गलत पोजीशन में सो जाते हैं और एक तरफ का नेक स्टिफ हो जाता है, फिर हम उसको बोलते हैं चमक पड़ गई या ऐंठ आ गई, and we're not able to rotate the neck towards that position. So then you will avoid doing the rotation to the side of the pain. You will do rotation only to the opposite side of the pain. Other precautions that you have to take when we are working for a long time or sitting in front of the TV for a long time, or reading for a long time, studying for a long time, say 4 to 5 hours at a stretch, you have to make sure that you take frequent breaks. Get up every hour, do the one or two repetitions of these exercises, or go for a short walk around the house, go wash your eyes, take a break by having a glass of water. Do not maintain any position for more than 45 minutes to an hour at a stretch.